Hello YouTube, this is Carrie, and welcome to day 5 of my 30-day trans challenge. Alright, so first of all, yes, I am aware that I'm now 2 days behind schedule because I missed the last couple days. I'm sorry. I kind of had a breakdown, so I needed the time to recoup and get myself ready to film again after not feeling good for quite a while. So it actually ties into today's question. Today's question is, are you involved with the trans community or the LGBT community? And for me, the answer is pretty much no. And the thing is, the main reason why I'm not is really, I'm not that strong of a person. I try being very, strong on various trans talking points for my YouTube channel, but this is basically my contribution to the trans community, because I really don't think that I'm strong enough to be out and proud like a lot are. And this thing that happened a couple days ago, which threw my moods off and just made me in too lousy of a mood to make more videos. By the way, I am going to catch up, so don't worry about it. I have the next 5 days off from work, so I have plenty of time to catch up on the 30 days and get back on pace. In any case, what happened is, on one of my previous videos, somebody posted, asking me, could I do a hair tutorial? Could I do a video on how to put a hair in a bun and how to braid and things like that. And well, here's the secret. Like, a lot of people who are just starting transition, it looks like, this golden magical land of being able to do all the girl things that you've always wished you could. The hard reality for me is that I've never done my hair in any way except back in a ponytail. That's it. Because honestly, I do not think that my hair would look good in anything else. If I tried to tie my hair up in a traditional, feminine way, it looks kind of awful because my hairline does that, and my hair's thin, so, things like buns and braids look great when you have a thick, full head of hair. I do not. So, it's something I'm not happy about, and that kind of set off my dysphoria trigger because I kind of hate myself for not being able to do that, A lot of my cis friends are constantly posting these videos of people doing various hairstyle tutorials, like, these pretty crown braids and all this stuff, and I wish that I could do it, but I can't. And of course, after me posting that, in response, somebody said, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think you're a girl at all. You come across as more like a nice guy to me. That set me off. And, the thing is, if I looked like a cisgender woman, nobody would be telling me that I am not a girl when I am not feminine. Because, I just know how the world works. Trans guys are always having people that, well, I don't really see you as a guy. To me, you look more like a butch lesbian. And, people are saying the same things to me now. And again, I feel like my appearance plays a big part in that. Yes, I am more tomboyish. Yes, I do tend to be more confrontational. And I am very direct when it comes to standing up for things that I believe in. But if I was a cisgender woman rather than a trans woman, nobody would ever tell me that thought that I was a guy, or that, you read as male to me. It's a bullshit double standard, and trust me, I hate myself for it, because I know this. And it's the same thing is, I feel like I'm lacking a lot of freedom because I am not a cisgender woman. Cisgender women can pretty much do whatever they want, gender conformity notwithstanding, and still be read as female. I have some of that. As you can see, I did a video about how I can't pass as male anymore, but I can still blatantly see the masculine features in my face, and other people can too. And I can still tell when I am acting, a lot of trans women have this problem is that we were raised in a culture that taught us to be ashamed of our femininity. You know, I grew up being so jealous of girls being able to do their hair. I was so jealous of the clothes they could wear. I was so jealous of them being able to just openly do feminine things or masculine things, and nobody gave two shits about it. But, you know, I was raised still to be taught to be ashamed of it. Because the thing is, even though I was jealous of that freedom and wanted it, for me, my only experience of expressing feminine things is getting made fun of. You know, and it's painful. Through all of middle school, I wore short shorts, and I liked tighter clothes. I got all kinds of shit for it from my peers. My only experience with it is being teased and being laughed at, and look at that boy with the Daisy Dukes on! And earlier in transition, I did try to dress in more feminine ways a couple of times. I wore a pair of short, tight, cute jean shorts and, a cute, nerdy t-shirt. I got pointed at and laughed at and teased. One of the first times that I wore a more feminine sweater in public, which I've talked about, I got scoffed at, and the guy told me, if my kids went out dressed like that, I'd slap them. So, hate me all you want. I do not know how to be feminine. I've been taught to be ashamed of it, and every time I try to do feminine things, I don't feel safe. Basically, it just turns my anxiety on to the nth degree, where I become super scared of every single person that might be staring at me, because I feel like there's a flashing neon sign over my head that says, look at the freak. So, I mean, and this is a thing that happens. When you put yourself out there, you're exposing yourself to potential harm. And this is why, even though I absolutely have nothing against the trans community, and they're some of my best friends. When I still lived in Cleveland, I went to Trans Family once a month, which is the trans support group in the area, and I did go to a trans meetup group once a month, and I would absolutely still be doing those things if I was there. But in terms of going to political rallies, in terms of standing up for rights, in terms of putting myself out there to speak up, I can't do it. Because when you do that, you expose yourself to judgment. And I have just been exposed to so much judgment and hatred in my life that I can't take any more of it. Just from that stupid little exchange where one person told me that they thought that I was a man, and one person telling me that they wanted me to do a tutorial on doing hair, and I simply couldn't do it because of, not feeling safe doing it. And then the tip of the iceberg was when someone posted a video on Facebook here of a 13-year-old trans girl getting a makeover. And I saw her beautiful soft skin and saw her full head of hair and how afterwards she looked so beautiful. And realizing that I feel like I can never have that because society taught me to be ashamed of my femininity to the point that I've never had a girl's day, I've never gotten my hair done, I've never felt beautiful. Ever. I couldn't handle it. And that was enough to set me off for 2 days straight, where I just didn't have the energy to make a video. And so that is why I'm not actively involved with the trans community. I'm honestly not strong enough for it. Even just doing this video series where I'm trying to make a video every single day is really hard for me. Because when you put yourself out there that much, you are just opening yourself to criticism. You're opening yourself to people listening to every word you say and nitpicking it and using it as an excuse to tell you that you are not really you. And again, I am not the strongest personality. People's opinions really, really get to me. So even if I know that what they're saying does not in any way affect what I know about myself, and that these people are judging me after 20 minutes of video where I've known me for my entire life and gone through everything. So what they say should not throw me off like that. I hate to admit it, it does. a lot. So maybe this will change in the future, but ever since I moved from Toledo, I have not been to any trans gatherings or LGBT gatherings. And I'm not even out on Facebook or to most of my friends at work. The most that has happened is that sometimes I will repost memes that people have when it becomes a national issue. And therefore I can talk about it without having a spotlight shining on me that makes me scared that people are reading that article and using it as an excuse to somehow nitpick it and say that I don't know who I am and all trans people don't. Again, it's just you expose yourself to scrutiny when you are open about things. It's so much easier just to be quiet and live your life and not have to worry about this shit. So I really appreciate the work that those who are strong enough to go out there and put themselves out there and expose themselves to that criticism every day. You make our lives so much better. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of a ton of people like me who, are too affected by other people's opinions and don't have the strong sense of self and have anxiety issues and issues where we have to fight ourselves every day just to do basic human things like show up in public and go to work without having mental breakdowns. Thank you. On behalf of all of us, thank you. Hopefully I can join you one day. Bye.